Country CEO back in the house again. Man, look, more game, and more game, right? So look, good morning to you. I'm back on the channel this morning. You welcome to the channel. Tune in for this game on this morning. Look, I got a good one for you today. I guess you can say all of them good on Country CEO, right? I say that every time. All right, but the game I got for you today is what happens when the company overloads your truck and you got an interstate load. All right. All right, let me be more clear. What happens when the company overloads you? You got a regular road load, but then the directions require for you to go on the interstate. This recently happened to me. My driver was sitting on a job, and their GPS coordinates required for him to get on the interstate. This wasn't something he made up on his own or did on his own, but the GPS coordinates that the company gave that would take him directly to the job required him to get on the interstate. Well, you can only in Louisiana travel 62,000 pounds on the interstate. He had 66, which is a regular road load. You can travel 67 on the road. All right, so he goes to the job, only dumps a portion of the asphalt off of him, and then they load him back up, told him take the rest back to the plant, basically bringing a whole load back to the plant. I don't know who made that boo-boo, but with that order, but it happened like that nevertheless, right? All right, so he's headed back on the interstate, and as luck would have it, DOT stops him and decides that he wants to weigh him, right? And so he gets weighed on an exit, and he's over gross. Over gross meaning the total weight is over what's allowed, right? He was 66, I believe, and he could only be 62 on the interstate. Obviously, that's an over gross ticket, right? But he was also over axle. Now, let me say this. I don't know if it's like that in your state, but here in Louisiana, they can get you over axle any day of the week, right? One of the fixes for that we've tried to do, if we try to spec trucks to be longer, a little bit longer than normal to try to stretch out that weight. But really, even the guys that I know have done that still haven't been successful in beating an over axle ticket. That is the smaller of the tickets. An over axle ticket, I think it's a penny a pound, but the over gross is the whopper, right? I've had them before, right? So you're talking even with just 3,000 pounds, 4,000 pounds over, which I was, you're basically talking about a good $1,500 ticket, right? All right, so DOT stops him, weighed him, he's overweight. All right, let him go. He gets squared away, goes back to the plant, dumps the load out, blah, 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 right? All right, so what was my responsibility then? So I talked to a couple of the guys that work for the company, and they informed me that, hey, man, let the company know. They generally will pay for that, right? So I emailed the dispatcher, rather I called the dispatcher and told him what happened, and he acknowledged that, and he said, okay, well, look, next time, just, you see that you're overloaded, inform the dispatcher of that reality, because they're supposed to put just an interstate load on you. I'll say, okay, I got you. He said, but look, in the meantime, email the operations person and let her know what happened and tag me in the email, and I'll verify that, yeah, they overloaded you, right? So I emailed the lady, let her know what had happened in great detail, and her response to me was just give her a copy of the ticket and a copy of the fine when it comes in. So I said, okay, great. When the fine came in, I made a copy of that. I made a copy of the ticket, emailed it in to her, CC'd the dispatcher, and her response was, I'll try to have this on next week's check for you to take care of that. All right. So basically, they took care of it, right? The ticket. They're going to pay me within my regular payroll for the cost of the ticket. So when I get that, I'll just send that in for the ticket, voila, right? But I'm just trying to help someone with the game today to be aware of that, because not all companies, I'm here to tell you, are that quick and lenient and cooperative to pay that. Some of them will tell you, hey, that's on you. You should have noticed that. You should have said something. All right, but most companies, 95% of them, are trying to work with you. I've had other companies to pay tickets, especially, let me give you some game right here, especially when you're doing rotor milling. You roll them in, you don't know what you're wearing. You're out on a job, they're loading you with recycle in the back of your truck, and boom, you got to take it somewhere, right? And if you got to get on that big road, man, look, you don't know what you're wearing. And even just on the regular road, you can end up with 70,000 pounds if those guys are loading that truck heavy, right? So be aware of that, all right? All right, so the company is going to pay my ticket, so I'm real happy about that. But the game here today is just be careful. You know, have your drivers, or if you the driver, understand where you're going, understand what your weight is, and you got to determine and know and let them know, hey man, you got me going, I got to go interstate, but you got me with a road load, you know, and let them make the call on how that needs to be handled, right? All right, so look, if this has been game for you, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this video. Let them know the country CEO has given you some game about what? That dump truck business, right? So look, before I sign off today, channel members, I appreciate you. Subscribers, I appreciate you. Share the Country CEO channel with somebody that's interested. I just know it's got to be a lot of people in this good old USA and abroad in Canada and different places that want to know what's up with the dump truck game, right? All right, so look, man, guys, girls, I'm out of here. Country CEO, I'm gone.